In this video, I'm going to be continuing the Whispering 100 Random Facts video. I did part 1 a few weeks ago, and now we're doing part 2, so let's get to it. First fact. Back in medieval times, bedrooms weren't private. Oh yeah. Aside from absurd, ominous art, we can all agree that the medieval ages was a weird time. During this period, beds were placed in areas where guests could see them. Usually, beds would be placed by a window so passerbys can admire whoever is sleeping. Sounds like something out of a thriller movie by today's standards. Imagine if someone could just walk by at any time and just see you sleeping, or even worse, having a little bit of hanky-panky time. Cookie Monster's real name is Sid. I think a few of you might know that already. You've heard about villain origin stories, but we bet you haven't seen this one yet. Before eating his first cookie, Cookie Monster was named Sid. What this implies has not been confirmed, as well as who he was as Sid. Cleopatra was not Egyptian. Let's read more. Despite being portrayed as an Egyptian beauty, Cleopatra was actually Greek. You best brush up on your history. I guess so, maybe I should. I did not know that, and I'm a history buff. Newborns can't cry. A baby's tear ducts are not fully developed until 1 to 3 months old. This is why newborn babies scream so loudly. They don't have any other way to communicate with their surroundings. So there you go. The human brain is the only brain that shrinks with age. Humans are the only animals that get dumb when they get older. Other animals' senses would get dull, but they retain the same brain mass. Humans are idiots. Bananas don't have seeds. This is one of the interesting facts that can send you into an existential crisis. Well, I don't know about all that, but if bananas don't have seeds, where do they come from? Who knows? Bananas grow from the small bulbs called suckers. Suckers that grow from the plant. Once the current crop dies, they can replant these suckers to reap a new plant. It's the circle of life. A woman once survived falling from an airplane at 33,000 feet high. Damn. Talk about superwoman. Vesna Vulovic holds the world record for surviving the highest fall without a parachute. The Serbian flight attendant was the only survivor of the JAT Airways plane crash of 1972. Following the crash, she was in a coma and could not walk for 10 months. She managed to live until the age of 66. That's wild, bro. That is absolutely wild. There's a fish that can survive out of water for 2 years.
That doesn't sound right.
The African lungfish can survive out of water by covering its body with a secretion that dries into a cocoon. Fishes have cocoons now. Baseball fans eat enough hot dogs to stretch from Illinois to Los Angeles. God damn. So that must be where the obesity epidemic comes from. Hot dogs are a signature baseball snack. During MLB season, about 25,500,000 or 25.5 million hot dogs and 5,508,900 sausages are sold every year. Lined up end to end, the hot dogs are enough to stretch from Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois to Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. Jesus. 6.5 trillion cigarettes are sold worldwide per year. With this number, that means These provide a barrier from harsh weather and prevent soil erosion. That one was pretty quick. Almost 1.25 million people die in road accidents every year. That makes an average of 3,284 road crash deaths per day. That's way too many. Bad feelings are good for you. How's that? Let's learn more. Nobody wants to feel sad, afraid, or hurt, but suppressing these negative emotions can hamper us psychologically. There we go. That word's a pain in my ass to read. It's better for one's mental health to acknowledge and know how to process negative feelings, which is very true indeed. The lungs are the only organs that can float on water, which is kind of ironic because if you get water in your lungs, you don't have a good time, so. What? The shortest explanation is that air is less dense than water. With air in our lungs, we float. Each lung cavity has about 30 million balloon-like structures called alveoli. Proper breathing is crucial to swimming because you'd sink, not to mention drown, which is pretty much sinking, without air in your lungs. So, there you go. Keeping with the lungs facts, your lungs could cover an entire tennis court. Wow. The average adult has 300 million bronchi in each lung, which can cover an area of 180 square meters. A tennis court has an area of 195.63 square meters. Our lungs have such a large area because it needs to pump 160 liters of blood per hour. That answers that, or that explains that. Venus Williams hit the fastest serve in women's tennis at 205 kilometers an hour. If you're having trouble picturing how fast that is, the maximum speed recorded of a human running is 45 kilometers an hour. So Venus Williams can really smack that ball like very fast, very hard, very forceful. I would like to see Venus Williams in Wii Sports. Every odd number has an E in it. Trying to find an odd number without the letter E would be like attempting to be God. Wood was the first art medium. The earliest forms of art were found in prehistoric cave drawings dating back to the Stone Age. The drawings were made with charcoal, which is essentially burnt wood. Burnt wood. Some bees don't make honey. Out of the 20,000 species of bees on Earth, only 7 make honey. Definitely one of the interesting facts you never thought about. True, you would think all bee species know how to make money. Well, honey is their version of money. Have you ever seen the Bee Movie? But yeah, that's pretty crazy. A children's hospital owns the rights to Peter Pan. J.M. Barrie gave the rights to a children's hospital to fund it through the Peter Pan royalties. Well, that's nice. Clothes can take 40 years to decompose. Yeah, this thing right here, this shirt, these pants that I'm wearing, even my underwear will take 40 years to decompose, and that's the same for all of your guys' clothes too. Depending on the material, the average piece of clothing will take about 40 years before it breaks down fully. Unfortunately, the methane released, as well as the dyes and chemicals, can pollute the soil and water. There's an unnecessary that in the sentence, so that kind of threw me off. Some hospitals have beer. No Some hospitals do keep a supply of beer for alcoholic patients. This is to avoid possible complications from withdrawals. So hospitals basically enforce drinking alcohol. No, I'm just kidding. They have their reasons, I guess. The oldest customer service complaint was from 4,000 years ago. The world's first customer complaint was found on a clay cuneiform tablet in Mesopotamia. It was written by a customer named Nani, who complained of bad copper ingots. Nani started a trend. Malls and casinos fool us with the Gruen transfer. I don't know anything about casinos, so I don't know what the hell the Gruen transfer is. One thing that malls and casinos have in common, aside from crowds and spending, is that there are barely any clocks and windows. To the people inside, this creates a scripted disorientation called the Gruen transfer that makes them lose track of time. That is sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Remember, kids, don't gamble. Gambling is bad. You'll lose everything. The Chinese invented paper currency. During the Tang Dynasty that ruled between 618 and 907, China invented paper money. There used to be a warning written right on the bills that all counterfeiters would be decapitated. Capitalism. The Saturday before Christmas is the busiest shopping day of the year. Coincidentally, or not, that is also the day with the worst traffic of the whole year. I wonder why. Last-minute shoppers all rush in the spirit of capitalism. See, capitalism always makes an appearance. Turns out, it's not the most wonderful time of the year. Apparently not. We were lied to this whole time. Women were only allowed to wear shorts in public after World War II. Bring me back in time. I'm kidding. I swear I'm not creepy. With the scarcity of resources during the war, people had to wear less or opt for more cost-efficient clothing. After the war, it took time for countries to recover economically. As such, it was socially acceptable for women to wear shorts. Which makes sense, I guess, you know. A cotton shirt takes 700 gallons of water to make. Jesus. That is enough water for one person to stay hydrated for 900 days. That's like 2.5 years, bruh. Meanwhile, the amount of water needed to create a pair of jeans is equivalent to hosing your lawn for 9 hours straight. Purple was a royal color in Rome. Historically, purple was only worn by magistrates, emperors, and other aristocrats in Rome. I mean, you would think purple is a color of royalty, so I guess that's where it comes from. The first pair of Doc Martens were made of tires. Doc Martens founder Klaus Martens created the boots to use for his injury. After a skiing accident that injured his ankle, he discarded his army boots to create a pair with softer leather and an air-cushioned sole made of vulcanized rubber, aka attire. People who collect ties, like neckties, are called grabitologists. Bow tie collectors are also called grabitologists. So if you dress up in suits often, like the report of the week, you're a grabitologist. Babies cry or scream 1 to 3 hours each day. Babies cry, scream so much because they can't talk yet. Hunger is usually the main reason why babies cry, which goes without saying, of course. The Great Wall of China was built with rice. May not look like it, but let me just explain. One of the most unexpected interesting facts, for the Dynasty sections of the Great Wall. The bricks were held together by a mixture of sticky rice flour and slaked lime. Isn't that something? Oh, looks like I have reached the end of the facts list. This one went by a little bit quicker than the previous video. I guess it went over halfway. I mean, I didn't know. So, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you did, consider giving me one of these. And also, subscribe. And also, it would really mean a lot to me if you subscribe to my main channel. That's where I do basically everything other than ASMR. That's where you can find me doing like gaming videos, reviews, commentaries, skits, vlogs, all that fun stuff. So consider checking me out over there. We've been trying to reach 25,000 subscribers for the longest time, and we've kind of been stagnant. Well, actually, we've been going downhill. We've been losing subscribers for whatever reason. I don't know why. But your subscription over there would really mean a lot. Anyways, with that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.